Kaylin, and today I'm going to be showing you how I got this dark fairy look. This is a collab with Diva Geneva on Instagram. I'll link her Instagram and her fairy look down below. Go check out her look. It's gorgeous. She has a light fairy look and I am doing a dark fairy look. And if you'd like to see how to get this look right here, then please keep on watching. Hey guys, let's just jump right into it. Taking my Rimmel London Clean Finish Foundation in Ivory, I'm going to dot that all over my face and then blend it in using the buffing brush. It's just a large foundation brush, and I'm going to blend that all in. You guys know how to apply foundation. Okay, taking my Hard Candy Glamoflauge Concealer in Ultralight and this fluffy setting brush, I am going to apply that concealer to my nose, my forehead, the sides of my nose, the sides of my mouth, and my chin, and then my jawline. And then I'm just going to blend that all out using that brush I showed you earlier. This is just, you apply the concealer where the sun will hit your face. So it's like a highlighting technique that I'm doing for the concealer. Then I'm going to take that same concealer and I'm going to apply that in a triangle shape underneath my eyes to cover my dark circles. And then I'm going to blend that out using that same brush. Just make sure there are no harsh lines or any streaks. Yeah, make sure it looks good. Then I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder in the shade Translucent, and I'm going to take the little puff that came with it, and I'm going to apply that into the inner corners of my under eyes and just pressing it into the skin to really set it and make sure it doesn't budge or go anywhere. Then I'm going to take that setting brush again and apply that to the outer corners of my under eye area to set that as well. I'm going to take this giant blush brush and I'm going to apply that powder to my entire face. You want to press it in and not brush it on because that's what's really going to set it and make sure it stays. Taking the Milani Brow Fix Kit in medium, I am going to take this spoolie right here that I'm showing you, and I am going to brush my brow hairs up to make sure they're all neat and combed through. Taking this smaller angle brush, I am going to take that darker shade right there, and I'm going to outline the shape of my brow and define it and really shape it. I don't know. And I'm going to draw a line following the natural shape of my brow underneath and above my brow. Then I'm going to take this larger brow brush, and I'm going to take that same shade and fill in my brow, fill in the entire brow, making sure there are no sparse areas or gaps, and letting off pressure towards the front to make it a little bit lighter there. And here is where I missed some of the eyeshadow clips. Basically what I'm doing right here is I'm taking a large dome-shaped brush and I'm applying a light gray shade into my crease and the inner and outer corners of my lower lash line. And then I'm going to take a little bit smaller of a dense packed brush and I'm going to apply that same light gray shade into the inner and outer corners of my lower lash line, and then I'm going to connect a little line and leave a gap open on my lower lash line, and then the inner and outer corners of my eyelid, leaving a gap open in the center for glitter that I'm going to apply later on. Then I'm going to take that same dense packed brush I was using earlier and apply a slightly darker shade of gray into my crease, keeping this shade a little bit tighter. We're not going to take it up as far to give it that gradient look. And I'm going to apply that shade onto the inner and outer corner of my lower lash line and then connecting it underneath, again, leaving that gap open for glitter later on. And then applying it to the inner and outer corner of my lash line as well. Not lash line, upper lid. What? Anyways. And then I'm just going to blend everything using a fluffy brush to make sure it's all blended and no harsh lines and no patchiness. Taking a pencil brush, I'm going to take a black shade and I'm going to apply that right into the socket of my eyelid. You want to make sure you don't take this up very far or use a lot because a little bit of black can go a long way. So you just want to put a little bit on to add depth. So again, taking that right into the socket of my crease and then onto the outer corner and inner corner of my eyelid. And you don't have to worry about having this really precise or perfect because we're just going to blend it later. So just get the color on there for now. And then I'm going to apply that to the outer corner and inner corner of my lower lash line as well and connect it underneath in that like lower eye crease to leave that spot open for glitter again, which I've said a million times by now. And then blend everything out using that fluffy brush from earlier. Make sure there are no harsh lines. Then I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Color Icon Glitter Single in Bleached. It's just a white cream glitter base. And I'm applying that in those spots I left open for a base for the glitter that I'm going to apply. Then I'm going to take the Hard Candy Look Pro Smoky Eyes palette and I'm taking the shade Fume. Taking the shade Fume, which is a silver glitter, and applying that on where the spots where I put the cream base on to give it glitter. Then I'm going to take a black eye pencil and I'm going to apply that to my waterline and smoke out that lash line. And then I'm taking a flat top brush and the shade Charred from the Hard Candy Look Pro Smoky Eyes palette, which is just a matte black shade. And I'm going to apply that to my lower lash line and my upper lash line as a quick smoky eyeliner. And then I'm going to take a short flat brush, and apply a blue highlight onto the inner corner of my eyes and my brow bone. I'm using the shade Exhale from the Hard Candy Smoky Eyes palette. It's a gorgeous shade. And here's where I missed the putting the trails under my eyes. It's pretty easy, just whack some color on there. I'm going to curl my lashes and put on mascara off camera. I'm using the Covergirl Lash Blast Volume. And then I'm going to take the Kiss Ever Easy eyelashes in 11. I'm going to use that pair right there. Then taking some rhinestones. We're going to add the rhinestones onto the trails under my eyes. And I'm going to use some lash glue to apply that using the Salon Perfect eyelash glue. I'm just going to dot some of that glue onto the back of the rhinestone. Give it some time to get tacky. And then I'm going to put that right underneath my eye and just press it into the skin to make sure it stays. And just use the same technique for all the other rhinestones. It's pretty easy. It doesn't take that long. And it looks nice. It looks nice with the look, I think. So do that. Taking the BHcosmetics 10 color blush palette and taking that shade right there on a contour brush. We're going to move on to the face. I am going to contour my cheekbones, going from the top of my ear to the corner of my mouth and extending it downward. You can use your brush as a guide if you don't know how to find your cheekbones. I'm going to blend that shade in. And again, from the top of the ear to the corner of the mouth, and then I'm blending it slightly down. And then I'm going to blend some color upwards up by the ear to make it slightly more feminine again. Taking this big fluffy bronzing brush, I'm going to take that same shade and apply it onto my forehead because I have a giant forehead and we're going to contour that away. Taking this short flat brush again, I'm taking that shade Exhale from the Hard Candy Smoky Eyes palette. And I'm going to use that as my highlight. It's like this white, in the pan it looks white, but then when you put it on your skin, it has this really gorgeous blue shift to it. So I'm just going to highlight everywhere you would normally highlight. So on the tip of your nose, the bridge of your nose, inner corners of the eyes, the cupid's bow, the sides of my lip, etc., etc. Anywhere the sun would hit, so do that. And then my chin. I'm going to apply it to my chin as well. Taking a fan brush, like this one right here, I'm going to apply that shade onto my cheekbones. Be careful, try not to knock off the rhinestones. That could be really annoying. And then I'm going to apply that right above the arch of my brow onto my forehead as well. Now, I missed the clip of me applying my lipstick, but what I did was I took a black eyeliner and lined the outer corners of my mouth, and then I took the NYX Macaron Lippie in lavender and applied that all over. And then I took that highlight shade and I patted it onto the center of my lips to give a highlight metallic look, and here's the completed look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will have a product list down below of all the products I used for my makeup. If you'd like to, you can follow me on my Instagram at joy_couturier. I'll have that linked down below as well. If you'd like to see more of my art, you can follow me on my DeviantArt at Niliac717. I'll have that linked down below as well. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. It is completely free. You just hit that button down below. Well, that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay cool. Oh my gosh, it's been filming this entire. I got like this, these. Maybe? I don't know. These were gifted. These I stole from my sister. Maybe I won't. What else?